Welcome back to the baseline. And guys, we are a week away from the MLB playoffs. I'm excited. I know you guys are probably excited as well. And it's going to be a fun week as the playoffs start. And on the 30th, so next Tuesday. And it's been a lot of fun. And let's take a look. As this past weekend, the Seattle Mariners swept the Houston Astros, so they are now 3 games ahead in the AL West. A good start. Cal Riley has actually breaking the Seattle Mariners all-time home run record, passing Ken Griffey Jr. He is now 5 away from tying or breaking Aaron Judge's 62 home run season for the AL. And Seattle looks like they're going to be tough. Gilbert, Luis Castillo, they all look great pitching-wise. That bullpen looks really great. You have the lineup doing good. Randy Arozarena, Julio Rodriguez, Kyle Riley, obviously. We also have, Naylor Suarez has actually got on a roll after struggling since he got traded. J.P. Crawford doing great at the bottom of the order. So this team actually is kind of dominant. Which is awesome. They're actually looking for their first division title since 2001 when they had the 116-game season. It's crazy that's been almost 24 years since they done that. But, this team is just dominant. They've done everything they can. They knew they had to win the series, and they did. They came in, they swept the Houston Astros. They've been playing phenomenal baseball, and in doing so, the Houston Astros, believe it or not, are out of the playoffs. Think about that for a minute. They're out of the playoffs because Cleveland holds the tiebreaker so they actually are now above them. So Houston, as of right now, is not in the playoffs, which is crazy to think about. I mean, they do have an easy schedule. I think coming up, they play against Oakland, or not Oakland, the Athletics. That's going to be getting used to. And then they finish, I believe, with the Angels. As for Seattle, they start a 3-game series against Colorado, and then they end their season against the Los Angeles Dodgers. So it's easy, and then it gets hard. While as Houston, it just gets easier and easier. But how the Seattle team is, like I said, they're fighting. I think they're going to be on top. I don't think they'll lose to Colorado. If so, maybe one game, because Colorado actually is playing better baseball. I mean, the record doesn't show it, but the guys on the field do. And the Athletics and Angels are, just the Athletics and Angels. There's nothing to say. But that's going to be a fun division to watch as we get going. The other division that I think is going to be fun to watch is AL Central. Now, why is that going to be fun to watch? Well, because in July, the Detroit Tigers were 15 games ahead in that division. Their lead has now come down to 1. The Cleveland Guardians have been playing phenomenal. They're 9-1 in the last 10 games. They are putting on a show. Everything is clicking on for the Guardians. They, have just been on fire. Jose and I believe Jose Ramirez is the reason for that. I think Jose Ramirez is the heart and soul of this lineup. He has his third 30-30 season, which is remarkable. I think he's underrated. I think, no offense to Judge and to Cal Riley, but these guys they're having great seasons, but I think Jose Ramirez needs to get some credit and put into the MVP race. He's great both sides of the plate. He's great defensively. And if Cleveland didn't have him, I don't think Cleveland will be as good as they are. And they are doing a phenomenal job. Stephen Vogt, was proving that last year wasn't a fluke, even though they started out terrible. And they have been doing really well. Tomorrow is going to be a fun series. Tomorrow they play Detroit. Schoolboy is pitching against the Cleveland Guardians. His last start, he faced the Guardians. He went 6 innings, gave up no runs, 2 walks. They gave up 7 hits, though, which is the problem. The problem, though, with Detroit is their hitting. They're not doing well. It used to be every guy came on, every guy was hitting, every guy was doing very, very well, and now it seems to be that that's gone. It's not there. And if they make a mistake or they don't show up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's big trouble. The bats have to show up. Riley Green, Meadows, Baez. I don't know why Baez is starting to swing at everything again. He's going back to his old ways. I mean, Torres, I'm not worried about. Torkelson has found power. He's been on a tear recently, but it's 9 guys out in the lineup. It's not 2. So they need to figure this out. They need to get going because Cleveland is hot. I know they're hungry. Will they get as far in the playoffs? Probably not, because the season ended today is Detroit versus Cleveland, and then the winner faces Seattle. I mean, I don't think whoever it is going to get past Seattle, in my opinion. But, it's baseball. Anything can happen. But the same question with Detroit is happening this year, which is you have Terrence Schoolboy, and who else? Flaherty is not that good. Can't really get too much on Casey Mize. He's only been in the big leagues for a couple years. But, I mean, he's up and down. Paddock is now in the bullpen. Every time I feel like I'm watching a game, they're always using Tommy Kahnle. He's probably tired right now. But who do you really trust on that Tigers team for pitching? Charlie Morton just got DFA'd. I don't know why it took him so long. In 5 starts, his ERA is almost 10. So it goes to with Detroit is you don't have solid pitching. You have great hitting, no solid pitching. And that's what hurt them last year in the playoffs. That's what's going to hurt them again this year. Especially a team like Seattle, a team like Yankees, Boston, hell, even the Blue Jays. This is going to hurt them if they don't show up. Everyone's in either A game, and sadly, not everyone does. They do not. So that's what's going to hurt them, and they are about to blow the biggest lead, probably in history of baseball. I mean, it's happened a couple times, but it's shocking to see right now. So this series is very, very, very important to them. Another series that's, division, I should say, that's going to be fun to watch is the AL East. 2 games separate both the Yankees and the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays need 4 games to clinch the division. But here's the problem. The Blue Jays start a 3-game series against the Boston Red Sox. We're also, they're going to be in the postseason, but they're going to try to clinch a postseason spot. The New York Yankees, on the other hand, face the Chicago White Sox at home. And then they finish it off with Baltimore, who they just beat 3 out of 4. So now it looks like you're going to have to win your next 4 games. You have to. If I'm Toronto. I mean, they're a good team. I mean, Chris Bassett has not really played well. I don't know why they decided to put Jose Berrios in the bullpen. After Max Scherzer had an awful start. He's not pitching well. I would have put him in the bullpen, honestly. I know Gosman is going to be your ace, and that's fine. And the hitting all around is just, they're great. Vlad is back. Springer has hit his first 30 home run season, I think, since like 2017. It's been a very long time since he hit 30 home runs. Varsho is actually playing well. Andres Jimenez is playing great now that Bo Bichette is out. And, speaking of Bo Bichette, they are optimistic that he'll be back for the playoffs. And so will Santander, who I know didn't do well before he got hurt, but still a great upgrade, especially if he could get going. I know he hit a home run his last rehab start down in AAA, but they are going to get dangerous. Again, it's just the pitching. And I think that's the problem with all the AL teams is pitching. The Yankees really don't have good pitching. They especially need the 4 guys in the bullpen to get going. Same thing with Boston. Garrett Crochet. The only one who's really confident with pitching is Seattle. In my mind, I mean, the AL is just, everyone's all over. But back to what I was saying, the Blue Jays, you need to win at least 2 out of 3 to Boston, and then do the same thing with Tampa, because the Yankees, well, they might beat the White Sox. I know the White Sox are actually having a good run, but they beat Baltimore, and especially at Yankee Stadium, fans are going to go crazy. They're probably going to have that atmosphere. Everyone, as of right now, is playing well for the New York Yankees. You just need to just hope and pray. Hey, we're going to win against Boston. We're going to win against Tampa Bay. It's going to be a fun ride for that. I mean, if I had to pick one, I think maybe the Yankees do win the East. Because, like I said, Boston's going to be the hardest one for them, for Toronto, while the Yankees are playing the White Sox in Baltimore. I mean, I know we said that last time they played an easy team like the Twins, and the Twins actually gave them a run for their money. But the way how Stanton's playing, the way that Judge is back in the outfield, Bellinger's good. Jazz, even though I can't stand him, was playing great baseball for them. Yeah, I think this will be a fun division race to see. So we'll see how that goes. The little things here. Mike Trout the other day hit his 400th career home run. Already great for a Hall of Fame career. You know, he deserves this. It's been a tough ride for him with all the injuries. Now he's actually had a healthy season. He got hurt once, missed 5 games, I think it was, when he got hurt. So he's been, congratulations to Mike Trout, doing phenomenal. And Giancarlo Stanton, another guy who's always hurt, he hit his 450th career home run. So he could get to 500, maybe. It's going to be tough for him if he stays healthy. If he could try to hit the next 2 seasons 25, he could get to 500. And again, that's another guy who deserves it. Is he a Hall of Famer? I'm going to have to might check and see. But, otherwise, another great player. And, they both deserve it. Both Trout and Stanton. Well, that's going to do it for me. If you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video. Really helps out the channel as we're looking to grow overall. And, comment too. What do you guys think as we enter the last week of the 2025 MLB season? I will be back next week on the 29th. We're going to probably go over our season recaps and our what has happened and what we did with our predictions. But for that, I'm going to sign off, and I will see you all in the next one.